Welcome, Virgo, to your end of the month reading for January. Hope you friends are doing great out there. Welcome back, everyone. Hope your January was beautiful. Okay, let's see what's going on with you, my friends. Best messages. Beautiful Empress throwing herself out there. She's talking about that abundance, that fertility, good parenting and development, having those accomplishments and growing. Time to take that action for any kind of manifesting as well. Being that co-creator that you are, that everybody in the planet is, whether they know it or not, or want to believe it or not. Let's see what's going on. Could even have someone around you who is pregnant, or you may even be pregnant and you might be getting ready to, make a bigger family. Okay, let's see. Yeah, no matter what, this is talking about the ending of a beginning to the growth. But I feel like there was a lot of growth and a lot of transformation when we're talking about the Empress coming out with the Death card, because it's talking about I've accomplished things, I've grown, I know I've evolved in certain situations, so therefore I have transitioned in the ways of thinking. There's been a lot of change, maybe, like I said, even changes. If you're pregnant, there's changes to your body, right? Your mind is evolving. You're growing in different ways, right? Getting ready and thinking different because now you're having a baby. Even if you have other kids, your mind still, gets different because now you're going to think, oh my gosh, now I have to have this baby with those kids. And see what I'm saying? So no matter what, you're still growing. And if you're male and your wife is getting ready to have a baby, it could be, new parenting skills, new ideas, new fresh jobs, new changes, might need a new job to be able to afford another baby or to have a baby. So it just feels like whatever's going on within the situation, that there's been a huge transformation in these areas of your life somewhere, right? Mind, body, soul, however. But it's saying that if you were on a spiritual journey, your journey is over. You have learned what you need to learn, and it's the end of that cycle. Wow. So now you get to cycle to the next one. Right? And then the journey never stops. It's just saying I've transitioned so much. And for those of you who are not pregnant, of course, there's going to be many of you who are not. It's just talking about that evolution of growth and the way that you're transformed. And you might even be seeing that transformation of the way that you were thinking last year. Now, coming around, you're saying, wow, you know what? I have changed a lot. If I really sit back and kind of look around at the ways I'm thinking now and the things that I'm doing now versus last year, a lot has kind of changed, right? So let's see what's going on. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, you might have been very introverted and maybe you're coming outside of that box. You're coming back up, right? If you were on a spiritual journey, that would make a lot of sense as well, because we need to stay introverted. We need to stay, right? You need to stay in that, away from people, so that I can think, I can meditate, I can grow, I can hear, I can see things from a different view. For others of you, it might just be that I wasn't feeling good, or however is going on, that it's just like, maybe I was feeling more introverted at the time, but now I'm feeling like I want to get out. I want to communicate more. I'm going to get out into the world a little bit more now. I'm going to kind of open myself out there and put myself out there. It could even be a job. Maybe your job has changed and it felt like you weren't getting out there enough. And so maybe it's pushing you. Maybe if you're like on YouTube, for example, you have more subscribers, you're going to want to make more videos, right? Because you're being almost pushed to that limit to where it's like, I want more, I want more, I want more. And they're like, okay, I'll give you more, right? So you're not just going to be like in a box, right? You're jumping outside of that box. Because yes, and the reason I'm saying that is because it's talking about that planning and that progress and making those decisions, having new discoveries, new things going on within your life, where you're attaining different kinds of goals, seeing things in different lights, progressing towards what it is you truly need, that's going to make you want to be more social, right? Maybe you just weren't feeling like the social butterfly, you know? It's like some of you live in the snow and you're like, you know, I'm not leaving my house. I'm going to work. I'm coming home, snuggling up next to the fireplace, whatever, drinking cocoa, watching Netflix, and I'm done, right? I'm not going out in that snow and that ice, right? So however it is, take it how it resonates, but whether, you know, in whatever areas it is. I even remember when I was pregnant at work, and I was like, I'm done with work. I'm going home. I don't want to be talking on the phone. You know, I don't want to be doing stuff like that, right? Because I just want me time. I'm pregnant. I don't feel great. I don't feel like I want to go out hustling and bustling and walking like a penguin everywhere I go, right? So, yeah, because there could have been some moodiness. You might even felt some moodiness. I'm definitely picking up on someone who's pregnant. Oh my, I can't deny that, guys. So for those of you who are pregnant or dealing with someone pregnant, the reason they're not coming out of the shell is because they're a little moody, right? So if it's not you, it could be, you know, why are they not doing what they're doing? Because they're a little moody. Okay, pregnancy. Yes, some people love it, and then some people don't take it as well as others. I personally liked it at certain points, and then other points it was like, leave me alone, don't touch me, I am moody. Right? So, however that is, because I don't feel like there's, you know, I always felt like there was just never a time where I just felt like wonderful, right? My feet hurt, my legs hurt, leave me alone, you know? I have to sleep a certain way and then I wake up all cramped up, you know? So, and I always had such horrible heartburn. But then my kid came out with a full head of hair, and the doctor said that was because he had lots of hair. My mother-in-law said that too. He's probably got lots of hair. So, boy, that was true. So yeah, there might even feel like, you know, you're going through this kind of just new ideas, and maybe you felt like you even had some creative blocks, but now you're feeling like those are going away, right? So, and if you feel like, you know, maybe you're dealing with somebody also who's, you feel like is a little, you know, irresponsible towards the end of the month, it could just be that they're not feeling very good, right? Or maybe it's just you who's not feeling that, you're like feeling, it's kind of weird. This reading's kind of interesting. I also feel like there's another person involved in this situation, right? Where it's like, they're seeing you transform, and, you know, transformations are not always like, you know, they think it's like this, you know, I'm going on this spiritual journey, and I'm going through this enlightenment, this spiritual awakening, so they expect you to be like, la. It's not like that. Right? It's not like that. You shed a lot of tears. You look back on a lot of things. You know, you're going over a lot of things that were going on within your life, and just shedding things and healing from things and learning new things, right? So maybe at one time they thought you were some kind of perfectionist as well, and you know, they're expecting you to do all these wonderful things, and now they feel like you're off your game, right? But now you're coming back, and it's kind of like I'm feeling better about my, you know, the way I'm feeling and the way that I'm doing things. I'm feeling a lot better than I was before, but it doesn't mean that during the end of the month you're still not going to have these moody times, or you're not going to still have these little things. There's no such thing as I'm just going to be the happiest or luckiest person all through the end of the month. I mean, if you are, I would like to bottle up whatever happy go you have over there, right? As long as it's natural, right? But seriously, over here, right? It's just showing that you have this willpower, this desire, and this potential for this new beginning. You're ready to rock. You're really ready to rock. And for those of you who are ready to have this baby, you're like, I'm ready to have this baby. I'm ready now, right? And that could also cause moodiness too, because it's like, oh my gosh, especially if you're late. I was like, my son was 2 weeks late, and it was like he would never get out of the womb. It was like, you need to exit now, right? Okay, so, but then I always thought, maybe it's never they're really late. Maybe they're just perfectly on time, right? What you think is late, it might not be exactly what you think, because the doctor said so. Okay, so, but no, there was times that I just feel like if you're dealing with somebody around you, it's almost like they may even feel a little exhausted around you. The energy that you're putting out there, or that they're putting out there, right? Remember, the energies can be vice versa. Could be making someone feel like they're exhausted. They even might feel like they want to give up with you right now, because maybe you're a little over moody, or they just feel like you're in this kind of disappointed place. But it's kind of crazy, because it's like, no, you don't get it though. I'm ready to rock, even though I might have a little mood swings here and there, or however, but I'm ready to go, right? I'm just on the wibble wobble. It's just the wibble wobble. Trying to plant those feet of emotions. Oh, absolutely. But there could have been a time that you also felt like you were just doing it all, like you were delegating all your time to something. You're delegating all your time and feeling a little overstressed out, feeling that burnout. So where they might feel like they were exhausted and giving up, on you in this situation, it's like, but you don't understand what I was going through. I was transitioning and I was growing and I'm doing all these things, right? But in the overall, you're getting this beautiful abundance, so I wouldn't worry about it, right? But yeah, you might even felt a little imbalanced, and where you're saying, I felt over imbalanced and I was feeling imbalanced and I needed self-healing and I needed to realign everything around me while I was in this kind of transformation mode. You got the sun. There is your progress. The sun is coming out. You're feeling more positive about the situation. There's that happiness coming out. There's that, like I said, it doesn't mean though that you're still not going to have, some things that are going to, that are still going to, make you fly back and forth within emotions. I mean, we're human. Some days are going to be better than other, but for the overall, if you could look back at the end of the month, you'd say, I was really happy. Yeah, Thursday threw me off and I cried, and maybe, I was like, I don't like you and I just want to hide away. But for the overall, right, through the last 7 days or so, I felt really good. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, if you're really just going to look at that 1 or 2 days of me, of that frustration that I was going through, or however, you're not seeing the overall, they're not seeing the overall picture, right? Because as far as, if we look at it, the overall is you are doing amazing and you have a lot of positivity, a lot of success, a lot of joy coming out, right? So, yeah. I mean, it's saying, you were overcommitted to this situation. You weren't just committed to this situation. You're like overly, that's why you feel so stressed out. Yep, and that's what kept you at a lack of balance. You were feeling very overwhelmed about the situation, and with them coming and saying things to you, or, that's going to just kind of, it could frustrate you for those. And maybe it's those 2 days, maybe it was the one day you weren't doing good and then they come to you. Maybe it was Wednesday, they're like, or Thursday you didn't feel good. And then Friday they're like, what's wrong with you? And you're just like, ah. So maybe those are your 2 days out of the month that, you were feeling a little out of sorts. It's like, what do you mean? I've been happy all week until, Thursday hit. And then Friday I was, you come up to me with this, and yeah, now I'm really upset. What do you mean? What, because I was frustrated for one day? And then you have to come to the conclusion, are they taking their frustrations out on you, right? Because, you see what I'm saying? Which will cause more frustration. Yeah, because all of a sudden it's almost like they want to debate about the situation. There's some kind of disagreement, right? They're causing this tension. So you had 1 day of attention straight to a next day of tension because they're in tension. So now it's almost like you're carrying their weight. But look, it's all going to get all better in the end. They're kind of like, hey, you know what? Let's work this out. So like I said, it's not going to last forever over here. Let's work this out. Okay? Let's balance the scales together. So it's one of those things. And so you're persistently just trying and getting on with everything. And there's a lot of news and information that's coming that's going to allow you to move forward within what's going on. So I see at the very, very end of the month, it's like, here it is, right? Here comes this really good news. You have this this Page of Pentacles coming in who says, I have this news, which is going to woohoo. Maybe it's a date night. Maybe it's an apology, right? With the Ace of Wands. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that, right? But it could have felt like it was testing your boundaries, testing your faith, testing who, what's going on within this situation. And it almost feels like in a lot of ways, they already kind of knew it was going on with you. So why would they do such things, right? Or maybe for some of you, they don't, right? And they're trying to get it out and you don't want to share. I mean, if it's a journey like of the dark soul type of situation where you're definitely transforming, you just keep it to yourself because a lot of people don't understand those things. So maybe it's something like that, like, if you're pregnant, they should already know. I mean, come on. I mean, let's get real, right? You know why. Okay. But I mean, if it's just a normal struggling type of thing, I just feel like they should know this already. Why are you testing me? Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to clash your egos with me? Why are you doing that? If it's something you're keeping to yourself, then they don't understand. So it's almost like they want to debate this with you to try to get you to open up to tell them why. That's on you, whether or not you do so, right? Because for a lot of people, they don't understand those journeys. So, I mean, it takes us months to figure it out ourselves. How am I going to explain it to you, right? So it's just about persevering. I have 2 cards of persevering over here and just really being persistent and just making that sun continue to shine and making that happiness continue to go. And like I said, it does feel like they kind of give up the ghost over here on trying to figure it out. Or you're going to give up the ghost trying to figure out what's up with them. And they've been in their head a lot about the situation. They really wanted them into clarity about, how does this and what's that? And, does it have to be that way? Well, if I'm pregnant, you shouldn't ask me any questions. That's just going to frustrate the crap out of me. There's nothing worse in life you can do is start asking questions to a pregnant woman. If you're going to ask the questions, they better be the right questions and they better be very compassionate, right? It's like, are you sure that you're comfortable today? Are you okay? Because I can I'll make you comfortable. I'll push up your pillow, get you some hot chocolate. Oh, wait, you're not supposed to have caffeine. So I'll get you some water, bring you 9 water bottles. I know you want to drink those every 5 minutes. Yeah, it's just really about how they're going to use their inner wisdom or, to get through this situation with you. Can they really commit to, really keeping, everything happy, keeping things, understanding things, doing things the right way, not clashing with you. There's no reason to be clashing with people. Keeping the compassion. It's just a lot about our compassion. See, there's new baby. And it could even be the dad. I mean, he could be, you know what I mean? For all you males, you're like, shh, I'm not carrying the baby, but you think there ain't no weight. Oh, yeah, there's weight on you because it's like, do I make enough money? Do I have that? Oh, my God, it's coming. Oh, my God, my whole life is changing. So no matter what, it's all about, this reading is really about just being compassionate about whatever's going on within your life, baby or no baby. And this another family card. So whatever is going on, it's just about how we're going to be compassionate with each other, making the right choices, using the right words, right? When it comes to this, because the right words right now at the end of the month is really what it's all about. Compassion and using the right words. And, if this is you and you just feel like they're using all the wrong words, my friends, the best thing that you can do is just you try to keep yourself as comfortable as possible within the situation. It doesn't matter what the situation is. If it's them, coming at you with all the wrong words, just try to make yourself think, maybe they just don't know how to be that compassionate. Maybe they're trying to understand things. Maybe they just don't get it. So they're snippety. Maybe they're over emotional. right? Where it's almost to the point where it's like, ugh, you know? But you just have to really work together and try to make those choices and make those words, you know, fit into a place to where you both are having a better understanding about the situation. And I see it, I just know it. It will all, it's all going to come together, because it looks like they do want to retaliate. They do want to reconcile. They do, but they're still trying to find those words. The best thing is if you really love this person and you really want to be with this person, whether it's your friend, your family, help them choose words. Help them see, you know, maybe that's the only way to really balance out the situation, is try to unite, keep the connection, try to make them kind of see, make them kind of understand. Because it feels like to me like they're just kind of all over the place. Right? Because it looks like they're kind of stuck at a crossroads about trying to figure out how to do such things. Right? Well, how am I going to do this? Okay, let's see. See a lot of manifestation and desires coming through as well, guys. Keep manifesting, because this news, I see this news as well. This new stable opportunity. But I do feel like the stable opportunity is the open dialogue that you guys are going to have together, on how they're, trying to open the dialogue. Practice speaking positively about other people and events, and especially the future. There it is right there. It doesn't have to be exactly the way the card is saying, but pretty much it's exactly what I said. Try to open the dialogue. Try to, you know, connect. Keep it as, you know, and if you're pregnant, it's going to be so much harder, because you could snap. Don't be afraid to slow down, as this is when you can make real inner changes. And then for some of you, this is respect your inner cycles and honor them with your healing journey. Like I said, some of you are on a journey itself, and it's going to be harder because you want to try to make them understand something that maybe they don't understand, right? And it's hard to explain. So you're just going to have to go inside and say, give me the answer. Help me find the answer. Sometimes scripting is the best way too. You just start writing, and the next thing you know, your mind is opening up your intuition, and you're writing all these things, and then all of a sudden you might write from that intuition right down. It just comes to you, right? The answer. So that's how I get a lot of my answers, is actually by scripting, because I can't always just sit down and meditate and do the things that I want to do for all the answers, right? It's not always that easy, you know. It's not always that easy. You wish it was that easy. You know, it's like you wish it was that. Even though I have my spirit guide, you guys know I'm very in connect with that, but that doesn't mean that it makes everything so easy. I still have my own tests, my own tribulations. You figure it out, right? Figure it out, right? Okay, my friends. Till next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.